What if I told you that aging isn't just a one-way street? That while the passage of time is inevitable, how we age, how we feel and look as the years go by, is something we can influence. It's true. Science and experience have shown us that there are powerful ways to slow down the aging process, and in some cases, even reverse certain signs of aging. And here's the best part. These strategies don't involve expensive treatments or drastic measures. They're simple, practical steps anyone can take, starting today. Today, we're diving into 5 tips that can help you not only slow aging, but also reclaim some of the vitality, energy, and radiance you may think are behind you. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, this is your guide to aging gracefully, and maybe even turning back the clock a little. Over the course of this series, we'll explore each tip in detail, breaking it down into actionable steps so you can start seeing and feeling results. Let's begin with one of the most impactful yet often overlooked factors in aging: sleep. Yes, something as simple as getting enough rest can make a dramatic difference in how your body and mind age. Think about it, when you wake up after a full night's sleep, don't you feel sharper, more energized, and ready to take on the day? That's because sleep is when your body repairs itself, balances hormones, and clears out toxins that build up in the brain. In fact, studies show that poor sleep is linked to accelerated aging, cognitive decline, and even chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. So what does good sleep look like? Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest each night. Quality matters just as much as quantity. This means falling asleep easily, staying asleep, and waking up feeling refreshed. If you struggle with sleep, don't worry. Small changes can make a big difference. Start by creating a calming bedtime routine. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. The blue light disrupts your natural sleep cycle. Sip on a cup of chamomile tea or spend a few minutes journaling to clear your mind. Keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet also helps signal to your body that it's time to rest. Here's a practical tip: establish a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This regulates your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Over time, you'll notice improvements not just in how rested you feel, but also in your mood, memory, and overall energy levels. Now let's talk about another game-changing habit: movement. While we touched on this briefly in our last series, it's worth revisiting because exercise truly is a fountain of youth. Regular physical activity boosts circulation, strengthens muscles, improves balance, and even enhances skin elasticity. But here's the secret: it doesn't have to be intense or time-consuming to be effective. Gentle exercises like yoga, swimming, or tai chi are perfect for maintaining flexibility and strength without putting too much strain on your joints. One particularly powerful form of movement is resistance training, or strength training. Many people associate lifting weights with younger athletes, but research shows that building muscle mass is crucial for combating age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. Stronger muscles mean better mobility, improved metabolism, and even a reduced risk of falls. Plus, who doesn't love the confidence boost that comes from feeling strong and capable? If weightlifting feels intimidating, start small. Use resistance bands, water bottles, or even your own body weight to perform simple exercises like squats, lunges, or wall push-ups. The key is consistency. Aim for 2 to 3 sessions per week, gradually increasing intensity as your strength improves. Before we move on, take a moment to reflect. How would your life change if you prioritized sleep and movement? Would you have more energy to play with your grandchildren? More stamina to tackle projects around the house? These aren't just abstract goals, they are possibilities within reach. Every step you take toward better health brings you closer to living life on your terms. Speaking of taking steps, did you know that diet plays a huge role in slowing aging? What you eat directly impacts inflammation levels, cellular repair, and even gene expression. Certain foods can literally turn back the clock, helping you look and feel younger than your years. We'll dive deeper into this in the next segment, but for now, consider subscribing to our channel if you're finding these tips helpful. When you subscribe, you'll get access to more insights and inspiration tailored specifically for thriving over 60. Plus, sharing this video with a friend spreads the message of hope and empowerment. Together, we can redefine what it means to grow older. All right, now that we've covered sleep and movement, let's shift gears and talk about nutrition. the third pillar of slowing aging. Stick around because in the next segment, we'll explore the specific foods and eating habits that can help you maintain youthful energy and vitality. You won't want to miss it. Let's pick up where we left off, shall we? We've already talked about the importance of sleep and movement, two foundational habits that can dramatically slow the aging process. Now let's dive into another powerhouse of youthfulness, nutrition. What you put on your plate isn't just fuel for your body, it's information. Every bite sends signals to your cells, influencing how they repair, regenerate, and function. And when it comes to slowing aging, certain foods are absolute superstars. One of the most impactful dietary changes you can make is prioritizing anti-inflammatory foods. Chronic inflammation is often called the silent killer because it contributes to nearly every age-related condition, from arthritis to heart disease to cognitive decline. But here's the good news: you can fight back with food. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and fiber help reduce inflammation and support overall health. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, fatty fish, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and plenty of herbs and spices. Take berries, for example. These tiny jewels are packed with polyphenols, compounds that neutralize free radicals and protect your cells from damage. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who consumed blueberries regularly showed improvements in memory and cognitive function. Imagine that a handful of berries could be helping your brain stay sharp. Pair them with a dollop of Greek yogurt or sprinkle them over oatmeal for a delicious, nutrient-packed breakfast. Another anti-inflammatory superstar is olive oil. This golden liquid has been a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet for centuries, and for good reason. Rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants like oleocanthal, olive oil supports heart health, reduces inflammation, and may even lower the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Use it as a base for salad dressings, drizzle it over roasted vegetables, or dip whole grain bread into it for a satisfying snack. One of my favorite tricks is adding a splash of olive oil to soups or stews. It adds richness and depth while delivering those anti-aging benefits. Now let's talk about protein, a critical component of any anti-aging diet. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at building and maintaining muscle, which is why getting enough high-quality protein is essential. Lean sources like chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, tofu, and legumes provide the amino acids your muscles need to stay strong and resilient. And don't forget plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and quinoa, which also deliver fiber and phytonutrients that support gut health and longevity. Here's a practical tip: aim to include a source of protein in every meal. For breakfast, try scrambled eggs with spinach and tomatoes. At lunch, enjoy a hearty salad topped with grilled salmon or chickpeas. Dinner might feature baked chicken with a side of steamed broccoli and quinoa. By spreading your protein intake throughout the day, you give your body a steady supply of the nutrients it needs to thrive. Before we move on, take a moment to reflect. How often do you incorporate these nutrient-dense foods into your meals? If it's not very often, consider starting small. Swap out processed snacks for fresh fruit, trade white rice for brown rice or cauliflower rice, or experiment with new recipes featuring anti-inflammatory ingredients. Each change brings you closer to feeling your best. Speaking of feeling your best, let's shift gears slightly and talk about hydration, an often overlooked but incredibly important factor in slowing aging. Water is life, quite literally. It keeps your skin supple, flushes toxins from your system, lubricates joints, and ensures all your organs function optimally. Dehydration, on the other hand, can lead to dry skin, fatigue, and even cognitive fuzziness, all things that accelerate the appearance and experience of aging. The key is to drink water consistently throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, infuse it with slices of cucumber, lemon, or mint for a refreshing twist. Herbal teas are another excellent option, especially varieties like green tea, which contains catechins that have been shown to boost metabolism and protect against cellular aging. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses daily, adjusting based on your activity level and climate. Carry a reusable water bottle with you wherever you go and sip mindfully. By the way, if you're finding these tips helpful and want to continue learning how to turn back the clock naturally, please consider subscribing to our channel. When you subscribe, you'll gain access to more videos packed with science-backed advice, tailored specifically for thriving over 60. Sharing this content with a friend spreads inspiration and empowers others to embrace their own journey of renewal. Together, we can create a community focused on living younger, longer. All right, now that we've explored nutrition and hydration, let's zoom in on another transformative habit: stress management. Chronic stress doesn't just take a toll on your mental health. It accelerates aging at the cellular level by shortening telomeres, the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes. The good news: you can counteract its effects through mindfulness, relaxation techniques, and self-care practices. In the next segment, we'll dive deeper into these strategies and show you how to reclaim calm and vitality. So stick around, there's so much more goodness ahead. Let's keep this momentum going, shall we? We've already covered some powerful tools for slowing aging: sleep, movement, nutrition, and hydration. Now let's turn our attention to a factor that's often underestimated but incredibly impactful: stress management. Chronic stress is like a silent thief, quietly accelerating the aging process while robbing us of joy and vitality. The good news is that you have the power to take control of stress, and in doing so, you can slow down the hands of time. One of the most effective ways to manage stress is through mindfulness practices, which we touched on briefly in our earlier series. Mindfulness isn't just about calming your mind, it's about rewiring how your body responds to stress. When you practice mindfulness regularly, you train your nervous system to stay grounded, even in challenging situations. This reduces the production of cortisol, the hormone responsible for many of stress's negative effects, including inflammation, weight gain, and cellular aging. A simple yet transformative habit is incorporating mindful breathing into your day. Take 5 minutes each morning or evening to sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth for another 4. Repeat this cycle several times, allowing yourself to sink deeper into relaxation with each breath. Here's why this works. Deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for rest and digestion. It signals to your brain that it's safe to relax, lowering heart rate and blood pressure while promoting a sense of calm. Over time, this practice not only helps you feel less stressed, but also improves sleep quality, enhances focus, and boosts emotional resilience. And the best part, you can do it anywhere, at home, at work, or even during a quiet moment in nature. Now let's talk about another powerful tool for managing stress: laughter. Yes, laughter truly is the best medicine. Studies show that laughing triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, while simultaneously reducing levels of stress hormones. It also increases oxygen intake, stimulates circulation, and relaxes tense muscles, all of which contribute to a more youthful appearance and demeanor. As Charlie Chaplin once said, "A day without sunshine is like night." Finding humor in life's ups and downs keeps us lighthearted and resilient. So how can you invite more laughter into your life? Watch a funny movie, read a lighthearted book, or spend time with people who make you smile. Better yet, share a joke or funny story with someone. It's contagious, and spreading joy benefits both you and those around you. One woman I met in her late 60s started attending a weekly comedy club with friends, and she told me, "It's like a reset button for my soul. No matter what's going on, I always leave feeling lighter." Speaking of connection, nurturing meaningful relationships is another key habit for slowing aging. Social isolation has been linked to increased inflammation, cognitive decline, and even a shorter lifespan. On the flip side, strong social ties can boost longevity by providing emotional support, fostering a sense of purpose, and encouraging healthier behaviors. Simply put, staying connected helps you live longer and live better. One way to deepen connections is by scheduling regular social dates with loved ones. Whether it's meeting a friend for coffee, joining a club, or volunteering in your community, these interactions remind you that you're valued and needed. If face-to-face meetings aren't always possible, technology makes it easier than ever to stay in touch. Video calls, group chats, and even old-fashioned phone calls can bridge distances and strengthen bonds. Before we move on, take a moment to reflect. How are you prioritizing connection in your life right now? Are there relationships you'd like to nurture or activities you'd enjoy sharing with others? Small efforts like sending a thoughtful text or planning a visit can reignite dormant connections and bring immense fulfillment. Now let's circle back to self-care, an essential yet often neglected aspect of aging gracefully. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Taking time to recharge, whether through a hobby, a warm bath, or simply sitting in silence, gives you the energy and perspective needed to thrive. For example, spending 10 minutes journaling about things you're grateful for can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, reducing stress and increasing happiness. Or indulging in a skincare routine with nourishing products not only pampers your skin, but also reminds you to treat yourself with kindness. By the way, if you're finding these strategies inspiring and want to continue learning how to slow aging naturally, please consider subscribing to our channel. When you subscribe, you'll stay updated on future videos packed with tips, stories, and actionable advice tailored specifically for thriving over 60. Sharing this content with a friend spreads positivity and empowers others to embrace their own journey of renewal. Every action counts and yours matters. Alright, now that we've explored stress management, connection, and self-care, let's zoom out a bit and talk about balance. Slowing aging isn't about adopting all 5 tips at once. It's about integrating them into your life in a way that feels sustainable and joyful. In the next segment, we'll wrap things up by discussing how to prioritize these habits, set realistic goals, and celebrate your progress along the way. So stick around, we're saving some of the best insights for last. As we bring this series to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journey we've been on together. We've explored 5 transformative tips: sleep, movement, nutrition, hydration, and stress management that can help you not only slow aging, but also reclaim some of the vitality and radiance you may have thought were behind you. Each tip is a tool in your toolkit, designed to empower you to live life with energy, purpose, and joy. Now, let's tie it all together with some actionable takeaways to help you move forward confidently. First, remember that small changes make a big difference. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Start with one habit that resonates most deeply with you right now. Maybe it's committing to 7 hours of sleep each night, swapping processed snacks for berries and nuts, or setting aside 5 minutes a day for mindful breathing. Once that habit feels natural, layer in another. Progress compounds over time, and consistency is far more powerful than perfection. Second, prioritize balance. Thriving isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about creating harmony between different aspects of your life. For example, if you spend an hour exercising today, perhaps tomorrow you'll dedicate that same amount of time to connecting with loved ones or indulging in a creative hobby. Listen to your body and mind, they'll tell you what they need most. Aging gracefully is about giving yourself permission to rest, recharge, and enjoy the process. Third, set realistic goals and celebrate your wins along the way. Let's say you decide to improve your diet by incorporating more anti-inflammatory foods. Instead of aiming to eat salads every single day, which might feel overwhelming, start with 2 plant-based meals per week. As you build momentum, gradually increase your intake of nutrient-dense foods. And don't forget to acknowledge your progress. Did you try a new recipe? Celebrate it. Noticed your skin looking brighter after drinking more water? That's worth celebrating too. Recognizing your achievements fuels motivation and keeps you moving forward. Here's a story that beautifully illustrates the power of small, consistent actions. A man named George, who was in his early 70s, decided he wanted to turn back the clock after years of neglecting his health. He started by walking 10 minutes a day, drinking an extra glass of water, and practicing gratitude journaling before bed. At first, he didn't notice much difference, but he kept at it. After 6 months, he had lost weight, gained muscle tone, and felt more energized than he had in decades. When I asked him how he stayed motivated, he smiled and said, "I focused on how good I felt, not how far I had to go." His story reminds us that transformation happens step by step, often in ways we can't predict. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a heartfelt reminder. You are capable of incredible growth and change, no matter where you are in life. Aging is inevitable, but how you age is within your control. Whether it's deepening your relationships, nourishing your body with wholesome foods, or simply taking time to breathe deeply and laugh often, the choices you make today shape the person you become tomorrow. If you found value in this series and want to continue receiving tips, inspiration, and practical advice tailored specifically for thriving over 60, please consider subscribing to our channel. When you subscribe, you'll be part of a supportive community dedicated to living life to its fullest potential. Plus, sharing this video with someone else spreads positivity and empowers others to embark on their own journey of renewal. Together, we're stronger. Before we say goodbye, I want to share one final thought. Age is not a number, it's a mindset. As the poet Dylan Thomas wrote, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light. This doesn't mean resisting aging. It means embracing it with courage, curiosity, and a commitment to living fully. Every sunrise offers a new opportunity to redefine what it means to grow older and wiser. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your presence here means the world, and I'm honored to play a small role in helping you create a life filled with meaning and fulfillment. If you have questions, thoughts, or ideas for future topics, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, remember, the best is yet to come. Here's to slowing aging and savoring every moment along the way.